Hey guys! Alright, so today on this episode of Feeling Financially Free, I'm going to actually tell you all about my background and where my passion for finance and budgeting and money and numbers all came from. Okay? So, I am Lacey Bussey, creator of Feeling Financially Free. And if you're new to this channel, I invite you to subscribe, hit that notification button, that little bell, because I have amazing tips and tricks up my sleeve. I love to teach videos that are about 10 minutes in length and they're actionable. So it's stuff that you can actually implement into your life so that you can start feeling financially free. All right? So if you have that subscribe button clicked and the bell for the notifications, you'll be good to go and you won't miss out on anything. Okay? All right, so let's dive into it. My passion for budgeting actually comes from my mom. And I don't know if it's actually something that she loved to do as much as it was necessary. We did not have much money growing up. My dad, and my mom worked so hard. My mom worked at home. My dad worked as well, and he actually held down 2 jobs in order to make ends meet. So when we would go to the grocery store, this is one of my favorite memories to reflect on because I feel like it really shaped me a lot, and my mom probably didn't even know that it was, something that was teaching me a lesson. But we would actually go to the grocery store with a calculator. And every item that we put into the cart, we had to add up the price on the calculator. And, if it got over the amount that she had set, then we had to go back and put things back on the shelf. And it was something, like I said, that was probably necessary because we didn't have any extra funds to, just throw whatever we wanted into the cart. But what it taught me was so much more than that. I grew up with having not a whole lot of money. My family didn't have a whole lot of money, I should say, but I had everything I ever wanted. Like, I never felt like I was without. And I, though, now know, and even when I was pretty young, I knew that my life was that way, that I felt like I wasn't lacking because my mom made it feel like it wasn't an issue, okay? So I have this immense passion for budgeting because I want to help families be able to make ends meet just like my mom did for us. And a lot of families don't know how. And there's, financial literacy programs out there and everything like that. I actually used to teach a course that was called How to Qualify for a Home Loan during Money Smart Week. Different things like that. I'm a big advocate of financial literacy because I feel like people don't know enough about money and about budgeting and about credit cards and just all of that kind of stuff. It's like this whole world that a lot of people don't know a whole lot about. That's where my passion started, okay? Then when I was in high school, I actually took 2 accounting classes and I loved them. When you can get to 0 at the bottom of your sheet, and I'm like, woohoo! It was just like this amazing moment. But, above and beyond that, I still didn't really have it on my radar that I wanted to do anything for a career in finance until I actually went to college at Lakeland. Well, it was Lakeland College at the time. Now they've changed to Lakeland University. And I took a class called Money, Banking, and National Income, I think it was called. I remember the money and banking part. It was amazing. It was a complete turning point in my college education, in my life, because I got to actually realize how much I loved finance. I took, economics and everything like that, and I really enjoyed that. My major was in international business because I speak fluent Spanish. Apparently I don't speak fluent English sometimes. But I speak Spanish. So my major was international business, minor in Spanish. But with that international business major, I was exposed to all aspects of business, marketing and law, management, accounting, finance, economics. And I learned that management and law, not for me. Like especially law. I hated it. But I learned that the finance, economics, and accounting, like that was really cool. So that kind of just built that passion also. I'm gonna get to the point to tell you guys why I have such a passion for teaching also. So stay tuned, okay? Hang with me here for just a quick second. I went on after college to a job that was just not the right fit for me at all. And I found myself playing around a lot on Yahoo Finance. And I'm like, ooh, this stuff is really fun to learn about. Maybe I could actually do a career, in finance and stocks and investing and stuff like that. So I actually started working for Thrivent Financial. And I was an investment representative, and again, not a good fit. I am not a salesy type of a person, and that's okay, but to do calling and bugging people over the phone, it just was not a good fit for me at all. Plus, nobody ever wants to talk about life insurance. Like, I realized that, I never knew that, but those are some tough conversations, and people just want to avoid them. So I went back to my banking roots. When I was in college, I worked at a bank. I was a teller, and I actually had the opportunity to go back to that same bank. And I became a loan processor, and I then became a lender, and my passion for finance it built and it built. And I actually I wanted to end up being like a controller or a CFO. And that would have taken a whole lot more schooling and everything like that. And God led me down a different path, being a work-at-home mom instead. And I'm happy for that. I think it would have been really fun to continue my career in finance, actually working for somebody. But being an entrepreneur, it's hard, but it's amazing. I absolutely love it. So the reason why I love teaching. Okay, so let's get into that. We now know why I love finance so much. I mean, finance and budget and numbers and money and all of that kind of stuff. The reason why I love teaching, first of all, I think it's just naturally instilled in me. I love helping people, and I feel like I'm able to break things down from a very complex level and explain them in different ways so that I can meet the student where they're at. So I can actually, even if it's just a math problem, I can explain it in different ways and articulate it differently so that they actually can understand it. This was really fun when I was a lender because a lot of times, loans and credit scores and the way interest compounds and all of that kind of stuff is hard to explain. So I had the opportunity to teach on a daily basis. So I think hereditary wise, my passion for teaching comes from my grandma. Hopefully I can get through this without crying. I'm going to try to not be emotional, but my grandma was a school teacher all her life. And that's what she wanted to be when she grew up. She always said, she's like, I want to be an old maid school teacher. She didn't have it on her radar to get married, nothing like that. Well, my grandpa came along and, she fell in love and it all happened that way, but she didn't give up on her dream of teaching. She was a teacher for many, many years. She actually taught my husband, so that's kind of a fun little fact, but I loved watching her teach me growing up. So we spent a lot of time in the summers with my grandma and my grandpa because they actually both worked in the school system, so they head off during the summers. And I just loved it. She taught me, how to spell Mississippi. And she taught me all of those little tricks. 8 and 8 fell on the floor, pick it up at 64. Just different things like that. She was constantly teaching because she loved it. I feel like I gravitate towards that too. any position you put me in, I'm going to gravitate towards teaching people something. So on this channel, I get to marry those two passions together. My passion for money and numbers and finance, and my passion for teaching. And I get to teach you guys actionable things that can help you in your life. You guys, finances, they can make your life be really, really enjoyable and freeing and just feeling like in the flow. And they can tear you apart if you don't have a handle on it. So it's something that's super important, and I really want you guys to stay tuned, okay? I've got a lineup of amazing tips and tricks, and I hope that, you know, if my story resonated with you at all, that's why I wanted to share it. I love being super transparent and just building a relationship together so that you know more about me. Like, okay, why is she getting all excited about, you know, budgeting and stuff? Now you guys know, right? So just stay tuned, okay? Make sure you subscribe and, you know, click that little notification button. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. You know, on a scale from 1 to 10, how passionate are you about budgeting? I bet you're probably not all crazy geeky like me, but if you are, I definitely want to hear from you, okay? All right, so I'm going to wrap it up for you guys, but as always, let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you, and if this was helpful at all, feel free to share it with your friends. Talk to you guys later. Bye.